everyone, and welcome to Books, the JCAM Library's book recommendation show. I'm Jocelyn Codner, the Reference and Outreach Librarian. Welcome back to in-person classes. I hope everyone's doing everything that you can to keep yourself and everybody around you safe and healthy. Make sure to take care of yourselves, and that includes both your body and your mental health. A quick announcement, the JCAM Library is now late fine free. You'll no longer be charged fines for returning items late. Replacement costs for lost items are still in effect, however. In the month of January, the JCAM Library honors the legacy of Dr. King in a couple different ways. First, we have a virtual library display focused on community activism and civil rights. This display includes ebooks, streaming video, podcasts, music, primary source materials, government and nonprofit resources, and a whole bunch more stuff. Chatham community members have access to all of these digital resources all year long as you have a reliable internet connection. I'll put the link to this virtual display in the description so you can explore and browse whenever you like. We're also back to in-library book displays. We haven't done these for a while because of COVID, but now if you visit the JCAM Library building on the first floor, you'll find a display where you can browse different books and materials focused on Dr. King, the civil rights movement, other social justice movements like Black Lives Matter, and all kinds of information about community activism. There are also films and YA books on this display as well. Chatham students, staff, and faculty can check out any of these items. So we hope that you stop into the library building to browse our returning in-library book displays today. And we have a Spotify playlist full of just protest songs. It's called Justice for All, and you can listen to it anytime you want on our Spotify account. We'll put a link to the playlist in the description. Today I wanted to highlight a few items off of that in-library Dr. King book display that I just mentioned. This is just a small representation of what we have on that display. My first book today is the collection Killing Rage, Ending Racism by the late Bell Hooks. This collection addresses race specifically from a Black woman's perspective. Hooks addresses in the introduction to this collection that Black women are often excluded from conversations of race as told from their perspective, oftentimes being passed over in favor of what Black men have to say about race and what white women have to say about gender. So this is a collection specifically from a Black woman's perspective addressing race and how it affects Black women's lives. It also comes from a very feminist perspective. In addition to addressing race and gender and Black womanhood, Hooks also addresses mass media, internalized racism, healthcare, class, and the importance of Black rage. This is really an important collection for everyone to read. Hooks offers insights for Black readers as well as for anybody looking for an anti-racist understanding. You can check out Killing Rage, Ending Racism by Bell Hooks from the JCAM Library's Dr. King in-library book display today. My next book is, and I'm just going to read the title and then show you the cover because it's kind of a long title. This is An Uprising, How Nonviolent Revolt is Shaping the 21st Century by Mark and Paul Engler. Here's the cover. This nonfiction carefully examines the tactics employed by Dr. King and his collaborators during the civil rights movement, specifically in Birmingham. It then follows a continued development and refinement of nonviolent uprising to more modern movements throughout the world. This is a very educational book that offers good context for the history and efficacy of nonviolent action. And you can, of course, check it out from our Dr. King display today. Okay, one more book because there are just so many good ones to share. I'm going to do the same thing where I just read the title and then I'll show you the cover. It's just these subtitles. They get a little long. Okay, this next book is The Art of Protest, Culture and Activism from the Civil Rights Movement to the Streets of Seattle by T.V. Reed. And here's the cover. This wide-reaching nonfiction looks at different social and political movements from around the world and the art and culture that played into those movements and reflected those movements. Reed touches on the AIDS epidemic, apartheid, environmental justice, classism and labor movements, civil rights, and a whole lot more. This book is fairly academic in tone, but the discussions are absolutely fascinating. And again, you can check it out from our Dr. King book display on the first floor of the JCAM Library today, but you might want to hurry up and snatch this one before I get to it. And that's all for this episode of Books. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and check the description for important links. Make sure you sign up for the JCAM Library's newsletter so you can stay up to date on all of our events, resources, announcements, all the good stuff. You can find the JCAM Library on Instagram at JKM Library, and on Facebook at Chatham's Jenny King Mellon Library. Again, I'm Jocelyn, reminding you that if you have any question at all, you can always ask a librarian. Happy reading!